Hello everyone and welcome to the new video. Today we got a little bit of an interesting announcement from the War Thunder team themselves, and this is that Infantry and Expanded Tech Trees, which is definitely a smaller update, are coming to War Thunder. And of course this is posted on the 1st of April, as you guys can see from my computer. It is only the 31st of March right now, which means this was dropped a day early apparently. And as you guys may be able to see by the thumbnail of the video, there are soldiers in it with tanks, right? You're getting an enlisted feel. So these guys, they feel really modern, but War Thunder's known for putting modern stuff into their ads and forcing you to play Shermans, right? So really, the article goes around like highly requested edition of Infantry. I guess they made Enlisted because of that. Enlisted kind of died, so I would not be surprised if they completely cut out Enlisted, put Infantry into War Thunder. Of course, we do have to look over the possibility that it is an April Fool's joke. Honestly, April Fool's jokes have been really, really good in War Thunder history, and a lot of them I feel like have been used to test new features and to improve old features as well. So, like last year when we had the Mad Max scavenger one, that was pretty fun. It brought in some features, and they do have potential for these. Which Infantry now joining the fight, right? They do have armored vehicles and aircraft, and they want to do it from World War One, which is going to be really interesting, because really aircraft from World War One didn't ever have guns on them in any amount. They were just figuring out how to time belt between the propeller and the gun. But anyway, they're saying that there's going to be like a closed beta test of Infantry the next 24 hours, which means I'm going to open the game after we watch the little video and see whether that's out right now. But you can take part in some test battles featuring Infantry during a special event dedicated to World War One, which means it's going to be like old weapons, click, click, boom, reload. But hopefully they'll be good and better than Enlisted. And yeah, that's really all the article says. It's not very much, which kind of makes me think about April Fools, but we'll see how the trailer looks. I'll go over a little bit afterwards, and we'll see how it looks for realism.
Four APCs moving towards you from southwest. Over. Roger. Everything's ready.
So I guess recently we had I don't know if I think it was 2 years ago, but that April Fool's event was mechanized infantry. And there we had like not really soldiers, but they were kind of like humanoid robots with modular damage, and they had like weird abilities, and like you could play tanks as well. And it was a pretty interesting game mode. You were pretty squishy, but sometimes like you would just tank a shot and there'd be no reasoning for it. Now, I think that's what saved that mode, because honestly, the reason Enlisted didn't take off, in my opinion, is that when you play enlisted, you know, if you go watch my videos on that, a lot of the times you spawn in, you are immediately dead. You do not last at all, and that is because humans aren't very good at taking bullets. Taking a 50 caliber BMG straight to the head from some guy who's either cheating or just really good at aiming is not very fun. So, yeah, that's probably why enlisted went down. But I'm thinking that a War Thunder infantry like tech tree, made in the same style as War Thunder, the same as this tank tech tree right here, maybe like with some weapons tech trees and stuff, that would be fairly solid. And I would be, or like, I guess different soldiers, right? You just put in different types of soldiers in here because there are lots of types of soldiers from over history, and that would be pretty interesting for like a real part. If it's just April Fools, like adding in a temporary tech tree with all that, I don't think it has as much potential, but it could certainly go a long way in this game. I think that infantry is very, very realistic for War Thunder going forward, and would be a way to potentially add longevity into the game, right? As tanks start to decline, infantry can keep going, right? There will always be the nice handheld thing that lets you control a drone, and we could be heading there, certainly. But as soon as I see the April Fool's event drop, I will try it out, certainly. And yeah, first we have to talk about all the weaponry that it showcased, such as those like the laws and the bazooka, and I don't really those automatic guns like shooting other infantry. We have COD for that, but shooting at tanks and stuff like that, that sounds fun. As long as they can make the control scheme less janky, I'm gonna use janky than enlisted. It will be so fun. Like, if the control scheme is actually good, we will have a wonderful time this April Fools, and hopefully it will continue even past April Fools with hopefully full tech trees of infantry. That would be pretty epic. If instead of army helicopters, aviation, blue water fleet, coastal fleet, we got like within army infantry possibly, or like add army tanks, helicopters, right? That would be pretty good. But yeah, I cannot wait for this update to drop tomorrow. I'm gonna guess that's when they're gonna drop it, and we are hopefully going to have a very fun time with it. So let's hope they make it better than listed, and I will see you all when that update officially drops in the next 24 hours, apparently. Peace out, y'all.